St Kenneth Maths Department, Intermediate Year. This is our projected calculator paper. Question number 1, function machines. The diagram below represents a number machine. The input goes in, whatever you do to that, you subtract 7, and then you multiply by 5, and you get the output. So if n goes in, you take away 7, and then you multiply by 5. But because you've got to do n take away 7 first, you put a bracket around the n minus 7, and then when you multiply by 5, because we're multiplying all of it by 5, we put the times 5 in front, so we put the 5 in front of the bracket. Part B. Use the formula t equals 2 times d, so t is equal to 2 times d plus 3 times w. So if t is 33, I'm going to place 33 in there, and that's equal to 2 times 6, add 3 times w. So 2 times 6 is 12, 12 add 3w is 33. The opposite of add 12 is take away 12. So 3w is 33 take away 12, which is 21. So then w is 21 divided by 3, which is 7. Alright, so w is 7. Right, question number 2. To find 36% on the calculator. Lots of ways of doing it. Some of you would decide to change 36 to 0.36 and then do 0.36 times 49. Some of you might find 1% first by doing 49 divided by 100, and then to get 36%, you would multiply the answer by 36. Others will just use the percentage button on the calculator, so you would just do 36 times 49 and press the percent button on your calculator. So if I'm using this calculator here, I've got 36 multiplied by 49. The percent button is there behind the equals, so I have to press shift, equals, and the answer to that, whichever way you do it, is 17.64. Part B. Chris has £600 to spend. He spends a quarter of it on a DVD player and a third of it on a bicycle. So the DVD costs a quarter of 600, and to find a quarter, you divide by the bottom times by the top. So 600 divided by 4 is 150, and then 150 times 1 is 150. The bicycle, costs a third of 600, so I divide by 3, so 600 divided by 3 is 200, 200 times 1 is 200, add them together, so he spent £350 in total, which means he's got 600, take away 350, which is £250 left. So as a fraction, he has got 250 out of 600, which you can cancel it down. The easiest way to cancel it down would to be use the fraction button. So if you do 250, the fraction button there, ABC, 600 equals, it does it for you. So it's 5 over 12. Otherwise, you could have divided by 10 to get rid of the 0. And then once the answer then, because 5 goes into 25 and 60, you could have then divided by 5. Question 3. Complete an accurate drawing of the triangle ABC where AB is 8. Right, angle A to B to C. So angle A to B to C is 103 degrees. So what that means, this angle over here is 103 degrees. So what I could do here, I know 90 would be straight up. So let's have a look how I use my protractor, okay, to measure 103 degrees. So I'm going to put my protractor, 0 on the line I'm coming from, because 0 is the outside, I'm going to use the outside number. And when I'm going around with the outside number there, okay, 90, 100, 101, 102, 103, I would mark 103 and then draw a line up there. And that tells me the middle letter, angle B, is 103 degrees. I also know that angle B to A to C is 42. So the angle at A is 42. But it's going to come this way because from B to A, 90 would be up, so 42 is going to be less. So I put my protractor on the line and on A. Note is on the inside, so I'm using my inside numbers. So 10, 20, 30, 40, so that's 40, 41, 42. So you've got to go past 40. So where it says 42 then, I'd mark it, and then I would join the lines up and mark my position with a C. And I know that's 42 degrees. Part B, use a ruler and a pair of compasses to construct an angle of 60 degrees at the point P. 60 degrees is called an equilateral triangle. So to draw an equilateral triangle, I'm going to use the diameter of the line, and from point P, by placing my compass on P, I'm going to draw an arc. Alright, I'm going to also do exactly the same from Q, and this should be all the way up to the end of the line by P. And I'm going to draw an arc there. And what I'm going to do now is I want to do it at point P, so I'm going to join P up to the point I just drawn. And if I measure that angle there, it'll be 60 degrees. So I'm going from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that angle there is 60 degrees. So I know that angle is 60 degrees.